Hey guys, welcome back. Marco here from blitzguitar.com. I want to show you a really cool exercise, very simple. We're going to play a melody on two different octaves, and it's a really fun way to try to play the same thing in a different position, okay? And what that does, it will change the shape of the melody. So when you play the melody in position 1, we'll have one shape, and then as we move it one octave higher, and we're gonna have basically to play up to position 10, it will have a completely different shape. And so it kind of really helps you to be versatile and try things with different fingerings. Now, one thing really important, guys, really try to follow exactly the same fingering I'm using as I am explaining you the melodies, so that you can really get the most out of the exercise. Let's just get started, okay? Let's have a close-up and let me show you how to play that. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming lessons. Let's get started. Alright guys, so let's get started. First of all, chord progression, very simple. A minor, G major, D minor, and E major. Very simple chords. We're not going to play any of these chords, we're just going to play the bass note, okay? Now, how does it work? And what does it mean playing the same melody on two different octaves? It means that I will play a melody on position 1, and then I'll play the same thing one octave higher, and so on and so on. So I'm playing exactly the same notes, just one octave higher. Now let's get started. The first chord is A minor, and the melody starts with the 5th open string and the 3rd string fret number 2. Okay, I pluck that simultaneously and with thumb and index, right? And then I will go on the 2nd string open, fret 1, fret 3, and the 1st string open. So it's 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The plucking pattern is always the same, guys, and I'm always alternating. For example, if I start with thumb and index, then I will play middle, index, middle, index. Okay, so don't worry too much about the right hand as long as you keep alternating. So first phrase, and then we're gonna play that one octave higher, which will start on the 2nd string fret number 10 with the index finger. I pluck that simultaneously with the 5th open string. Then I have fret number 12, 13. Okay. Then I go on the 1st string and I have fret number 10 and 12. Okay. It's a really nice position. And guys, make sure to use exactly the same fingering I am using with the left hand. So I'm using the 1st finger, the 3rd finger, the little finger. Okay, you gotta use that. The little finger is, a finger that can be used. Okay, so make sure that you use it. And that's the first phrase. Second phrase is on the G major. Okay, and we start with the 6th string fret number 3. Simultaneously with the 3rd open, again thumb and index finger, the plucking pattern here. Then I have the 3rd string fret 2, 2nd open, fret 1 and fret 3. Okay, and I'm just trying to hold down the bass note. Okay, then I move on to the 2nd position here, octave higher, and I have. So I'm gonna play the bass note on the 3rd string, okay? So I have the 3rd open, which is G, my bass note, and I have the 2nd string fret 8, which I am playing with the 2nd finger, okay? You pluck that together, then you have the 2nd string fret 10 with the little finger, 1st string fret number 7, 8, and 10. And I'm using 1, 2, and 4, okay? Very nice. 2 chords. G. Then we have D minor. Really dramatic chord. Very simple to play though, okay? 4th open string, my root note, 1st string fret number 1, okay? And guys, this time, okay, because I'm playing 4th and 1st string, I am plucking with thumb and middle finger, and then I will carry on alternating. So I have the 1st string fret number 1, then the 1st open, the the second string fret number 3, the first open, and the first string fret 1. Okay? So you have to remember to start with the thumb and middle finger, the plucking. Okay? So awesome. And then we move on to the different position here. Beautiful melody. Starts on the first string fret 13. Okay? The bass note is still the same, fourth open, and you pluck that together, thumb and middle. Okay? Then you have 12, 10, 12, 13. Okay? I'm sure that many of you never really played fret 13, so it's a really good achievement. And then we have the last chord, E major. Really dramatic. Beautiful. Okay? How does it work? The sixth open string is my root note, and then I have the third string fret number 1, fret number 2, second open, second string fret 1, and fret 5. You can use the third finger on here. Okay? So beautiful. And one octave higher. That's pretty awesome here. You start with the second string fret number 9 with the index finger, okay? Simultaneously with the sixth open. Then you have fret 10, 12, 13. So you got 4 notes on the same string. 9, 10, 12, 13, and then the first string fret number 12, okay? So it's nice. So the whole thing Now this is the first round. The second round is going to be a little bit more difficult, so let's check it out. The second round is a little bit more challenging, but it's really, really cool, okay? It sounds like that. Alright. A lot of alternate fingering with the plucking hand, and there's a ton of notes to play. Now, chord progression is the same, and we're gonna start with the A minor. Now we're basically playing 8 notes each position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we do the same 1 octave higher. Okay. Now the first chord, A minor. The melody is mainly all on the second string. You start with the second string fret number 1. The bass note is the 5th open, okay? And you pluck that simultaneously. I really like to start with thumb and middle, the plucking hand, okay? So, and then I have a pluck there. Then you have second open, fret 1, 3, first open. And then on the second string, fret 3, 1, open, okay? It's kind of going up and down. Okay, then we go 1 octave higher, and that's the difficult one. Now the reason why this phrase is difficult is because start with the second string. Start on the second string fret number 13, and we're gonna start with the little finger, okay, which is definitely your favorite finger, which is a joke, okay. So second string fret number 13, and we have that simultaneously with the bass. Then you have fret 12, 13, first string fret number 10, 12, 10, back on the second string fret number 13 and 12, okay? So this is pretty tricky. Okay, so you have this movement, 13, 12, 13, with the little finger and third finger. You want to try to keep the index and middle finger really close to the strings, and then you play the rest of the phrase. Definitely not an easy one, okay? Now the second chord is G, it's going to sound like that. Okay. And position 1, not too difficult, 6th string fret 3, that's my root note. I'm going to try to keep that throughout the whole phrase. And I start with the second open string, thumb and middle. Then I have fret number 1, open, 3rd string fret 2, 2nd open, fret 1, fret 3, and the 1st open. Okay, pretty stretchy. And then I'm going to do the same on the higher position here, and I'm going to start again with the 3rd finger this time, okay? So I have the 3rd open string, which is my bass note, and then the 2nd string for number 12, 13, 12, 10, 12, 13, I change string, go on the 1st string for number 10, 12, okay? This is going to be a really beneficial exercise if you really want to improve your finger dexterity, okay? So try to use exactly the same finger, and guys, don't end up playing with one finger, it just doesn't make sense, okay? So far we have 2 chords, G, D minor, D minor is pretty simple. The 1st position, the 4th string open is the root note, and then you have the 1st string fret number 1, open, 2nd string fret 3, 1, 3, 1st open, 1st string fret 1, and the 2nd string fret 3, okay? And we'll go an octave higher. Again, we're going to start with the 3rd finger. Sorry, we're going to start with the little finger because it's fret 13. And so we have the 1st string fret number 13, 12, 10. 2nd string fret number 13. And then we go back to the 1st string fret 10, 12, 13, 10. Okay? And we finish with the E major. Okay. Now the 1st position, again, this is easy because the 6th open string is my root note, so I have, the bass note. It's very simple. It's not a fretted note. And we're gonna start with the 1st open string, thumb and middle, fret 1, 1st open, 2nd string fret number 3, 1st open. And then on the 2nd string I have fret number 3, 1, open. Don't forget to alternate. I start with thumb and middle and then I alternate, okay? So, and then 1 octave higher. Start with the 1st string fret number 12, okay? And I have 12, 13, 12, 10, 12, 10. So that's all on the 1st string. And then the 2nd string fret number 13, 12, okay? And I finish with the fret number 10, simultaneously with the 5th open string. Great exercise for your finger dexterity and your overall playing. Really awesome switching between positions. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Practice slowly and I'll see you next time.